Welcome to Lad Logic, the place where we talk about lad logic and logical stuff that lads will talk about. I'm Ned.
I'm Emmanuel.
And I'm Joe.
Could the rich and powerful be hiding a dark obsession with mermaid meat?
I'd give everything a try twice.
When we were in our ideation meeting, Manny, you weren't in the room. You didn't get the full extent of fear that I was feeling as Med. It was almost supernatural. He was super speed doom scrolling through his phone, looking for ideas that we could talk about on this podcast.
I could just see Joe like...
Yeah, no, I can imagine. That's mad discombobulating. Why would you just...
He was like, mate, if you carried on any more, I would have broke.
But I did like the one that you discovered.
I thought this was quite interesting because it's a pretty, I wouldn't say brave take, but obviously I think he's probably chatting breeze. But let me show you the video.
But people with genuine OCD that have it bad, like that looks like an awful thing to live with. Like they've got to wash their hands every 2 minutes, and if they don't wash it in 2 minutes, then they feel like the world's going to end.
Yeah, well, needs to get a grip with it.
Have they prepped him for the pod, do you think?
They set him up.
Or is it just engagement farming?
As viral video go, I think you're right though. I think that is very clickbait.
OCD isn't just washing your hands one too many times.
No, it can be anything.
Checking to see if you've left the stove on.
Yeah.
It's, people get really intrusive thoughts, like worry about harming other people. Like my buddy, he can't go near a park because he has intrusive thoughts about being a p***.
What?
Yeah.
That's part of OCD.
That's pretty crazy because like there's going to be kids everywhere you go. Do you know what I mean? Plot twist is a teacher.
To be fair though, I'm trying to think. I don't remember the last time I actually like acknowledged
Went to
or
a park?
registered. No, or registered that I actually saw a kid like that's a child. I could feel like I just go through my life ignoring them.
I went through a period where it felt like every time I stepped out of my house, a child would fall over and start crying. Would fall over on the same side of the road, make the same kind of painful noise, and the mum would pick it up in the same way.
Pick it up.
Pick up
This weird humour.
And I'd be like, this is the 7th time this has happened
But
to
you
me
do
in the
live near a
past
park.
10 days.
Do you know what I think actually happened? Joe's just tripping up a child every time he walks out the house.
When he's blackout drunk and child trips over him and he wakes up and he's like, sake. But yeah, funny story. I was walking. I was going for a nice, lovely walk in the nice, warm weather in Peckham, and I see this guy in the distance with a gas canister.
Gas canister?
No, it wasn't. It was a barrel.
It was like a big gas thing for barbecues. You're right. Apologies.
Like one of those that you on GTA to make everything around it blow up.
Yeah.
Nice reference. Yeah.
Anyway, see a gentleman, and I'm like, oh. That's Joe.
What had happened was I got this text off my buddy. It was just like, Joe, I'll give you 20 quid if you just go to this location and pick up this barrel of gas for me.
And you did it.
Yeah.
Does
Does that not
quick.
sound a bit
It was a nice
weird?
day.
No, but he could have just
Yeah,
paid
well,
you £20
he
to go
was-
and just transport a body somewhere.
Joe would have done it.
Not questioned it, nothing.
But yeah, he went,
I suppose now that you say it, Manny, the barrel was big enough to fit a human body. yeah.
Yeah.
Or like, melted, maybe.
Oh,
in acid.
Yeah, like Breaking Bad style.
oh my gosh.
Never seen it. Spoiler.
But anyway, I think he was moving out basically, and he just needed it off the property.
Makes sense.
And it was incredibly heavy.
was.
It's usually a 5-minute walk door to door. I couldn't do it by myself, and I bumped into Med and his girlfriend. It's like, oh, thank God, Med, please help me. And he said no, and his girlfriend made him help me.
I was like,
no.
and we were just like walking down the street with this barrel.
Anyway, how do we get onto that?
I don't know. Anyway, we digress. Another thing that I feel like could be an OCD thing is like morning routines, and everyone has morning routines, right?
Not really.
What, you just wake up and you just get ready? How about the coffee in the morning? That's a routine.
I don't drink coffee like that. If you ever see me drink coffee, just know that like
Something's wrong.
I could just fall asleep walking or something.
How about you? You must have coffee every morning. You look
I
like
have coffee every morning, and then sometimes I might brush my teeth.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
I like to brush my teeth every day.
Yeah, everyone says they brush their teeth 2 times a day, but really it's like 1.7, isn't it, on average?
0.7.
How does that 1.7 work?
You know what I'm saying. I'm talking about a medium or mean or whatever the it is.
Oh, right.
Teeth
Yeah,
twice.
yeah,
I've
yeah,
brushed
yeah.
it once. On mean or on average or
Okay,
medium,
fine. Sorry, I didn't get that. I'm dyslexic as well. I struggle with numbers.
Do you know what, man? Just get grip.
Yeah.
Hey man, you're good at circling back round like that. You did that in the first episode.
All right. What we were going to. So, morning routines.
There's been a lot of questions about whether this guy's okay, but I think it's important to ask whether his videographer's okay as well. The guy's getting up at 2 a.m. to go and meet this dude.
But why so early?
What time does he go to bed?
He doesn't sleep, bro.
I live in the American Gardens building on West 81st Street. Sometimes in the morning, if my face looks a little puffy, I'll put on an ice pack while I do my stomach crunches.
That was really good, Joe. How many times you watched that film?
Lots.
Yeah, I thought so.
Maybe like second behind The Dark Knight, which I was just like watched repeatedly when I was 13.
Just every time it was on, yeah.
Yeah.
That was me with Jumanji. Anytime I had an opportunity, I put
What,
Jumanji.
Robin Williams?
Yeah, obviously, not
R.I.P.
Kevin Hart.
It's Robin Williams and Kevin Hart in what movie?
No, he was saying Jumanji.
Med's made a version of Jumanji that merges the two. He's torrented both, got Open Premiere Pro,
And then put it merged into one. Just overlaid it as well. Just playing at the same time.
No, that's what I call maximizing your time.
And that is how you watch two films at once. No, but like that morning routine is wild.
You've made your first 10,000. Congratulations. We got to do at least 20, bro.
The other viral video, and this is a question that I've got for you. I'm not going to show you the video. I'm just going to ask you the question. Actually, Manny, you found the video. You say. You do that.
All right, cool. So, how many owls would you need to see in a day before you became suspicious?
But that's a good question, I thought. How many owls?
In a day?
Yeah.
How many
Well, then
owls?
aren't they nocturnal animals? If you see one in the day, you've got to be checking your carbon monoxide detector.
Is that because miners used to use canaries and take them into the mines, and the canary would sense that first and go crazy, so they know not to go in there?
I did not know about that.
That's
I
really
just
cool
said it
information.
because you can start hallucinating.
That's what I
with
thought when you
carbon
said that.
monoxide poisoning.
Oh, okay, fine. So yeah,
No, I've heard something along those lines though.
canaries in coal mining, so refers to historical use of canaries in mines to detect dangerous gases like carbon monoxide, serving as an early warning system for miners.
That's pretty cool.
Right?
That's a great use of like animals
Yeah.
rather than going into the sea, pulling them out and eating them at celebrity parties.
What?
People in Hollywood are eating mermaids at parties. You didn't know this?
That's f***ing crazy.
Sorry, Manny, what is this?
So apparently there's this insane theory going around that the ultra rich are secretly eating mermaids at elite dinner parties. It started when some creepy footage showed up on the dark web of people hunting these things, and then stories popped up about private dinner parties where guests have to sign NDAs before being served a 5-foot silver platter with a mermaid on it.
So I can't tell you who the celebs are because I've signed an NDA. It's like, what?
But I can tell you what's happening.
You may as well name the celebs at that point because you've revealed enough information about
I
it.
wonder, I mean, in my head, all I'm thinking is like, what will they taste like? Would it be like a bit like, maybe like...
Oh, mate,
fro-
it would taste gorgeous.
What do they taste
like frogs. You know how frogs are like fishy chicken?
One TikToker shared an account from someone who supposedly attended one of these feasts. The mermaids allegedly taste like sweet scallops with a texture like crab and lobster. Yum. So this TikToker claimed he paid 50k to eat one and described them as having eerily human-like torsos and shimmering tails. But do you know what I think is crazy though? The fact that people sometimes listen to information and just run with
If
it.
we went to a dinner party and I invited you for it and I was like, oh, my mate Tom Holland has just invited me to this really cool party and Zendaya's even going to be there. We arrive there, they've got a whole platter and there's one plate that says mermaid from Atlantic Ocean, caught at this date, blah, 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 blah. Would you try it?
No, I'd leave immediately.
But if you don't believe in mermaids, why would you not try it?
Because
it's fish.
what is that? Because it's not, I don't know what that is.
I'd give everything a try twice.
I want to just run through some of the comments I saw on this TikTok because they don't even doubt the validity of it. They're just like, oh my God, that's disgusting. How can people be like that? Right. Harley says... I work.
Well, he's calling him out.
Harley on TikTok
Your name and
says,
shame, bro.
I work with around 12 Haitians. I've asked them about mermaids. They've confirmed the stories are very real.
I have so many questions about this comment.
So, like, Do you normally have mermaids for lunch? Yeah.
Yeah, and because they're Haitians, that just makes the story more.
Yeah.
Why did you have to specify that you asked Haitians? Because they're Haitians, it has to be.
The Haitians in the group chat are like, "F***'s sake, Harley's asking me again."
I kind of get that though, you know.
Why?
I mean, I don't know much about Haitians, but I reckon they'd tell less lies than me or you.
Maybe. I tell quite a lot of lies. To be
Haitians
fair.
are top 10 most honest people on this planet. Also, top 3 most
But maybe
likely to
the
see a
most top 10
mermaid.
sarcastic people. They're probably like, "F*** Harley's on it again." They just tell him yes so he can shut up.
This one from Faith. To be honest, I'd rather they ate mermaids than the horrors perpetuated on children. Thank you for that, Faith. Yes, child abuse is bad, but not exactly relevant here. I think this is my favourite. My chest felt tight after hearing about how they ate her. God, how awful some humans can be. How awful humans can be, as if eating a mermaid is just like us polluting the world or starting wars.
What's your favourite conspiracy?
I think the pyramids is a really interesting one.
Flight 93 on 9/11, there were no heroes on board. The government just shot that down, and they gave something back to the American people by saying, "Oh yeah, the passengers crashed the plane to stop it flying into the White House or wherever it was headed."
Valid. I can imagine the American government doing that.
Yeah, same to be fair. Anyway, this is for another conversation.
Do you think we even have time for that gamified section?
Yeah, we do. All right, so now this is you intro it. Certified nonsense.
Hello, this is Certified Nonsense, the same game we did last week.
Whoa. Just because you got a different question that you didn't like.
Listen, Joe doesn't like fun. He didn't like playing hide
He
and seek.
doesn't
before.
like fun, yeah.
Doesn't like fun.
Why are you so like, come on.
I like fun, I just don't like organised fun.
Interesting.
He likes chaos.
He likes chaos, yeah. That makes sense to be fair.
Yeah.
He did
Chaos! I'm the Joker, baby!
Wanna know how I got these scars? Well, I'm the Joker, baby.
Okay. If aliens landed and you had to explain your job to them, how would you do it?
I'd be like, I make videos, and they'll be like, what's a video? I'll be like, oh, I capture memories and share them to the world so they can enjoy information that I'm sharing.
That was really good.
That was good, no?
That was really good.
That was good. Go on. What would you do?
I would just tell them to come to work with me. Yeah.
Bring an alien to work day.
What? Do you know how much aura you get for just walking around with aliens and they're following you?
Some of our colleagues are allowed to bring their dogs into the office. What's the difference?
How would you explain bringing an alien into the office?
He's my cousin. Joe, pick one. Let's wrap this up.
It's so much more fun when it's not you doing it.
Oh, you have been arrested with no explanation. What do your friends and family assume you did?
Go on, Joe.
Should
I
we-
know you got a story in there. This one time in band camp.
I'd got into a scrap with this with this fella in KFC.
In KFC?
Yeah.
Could
He
you
was
possibly
being
be fighting
he was
about?
being incredibly rude to the staff, and I was just like, mate, come on, give it a rest. And it's not like he was a big tough guy. He was actually just like this flamboyant homosexual that just turned around and whacked me one. And so
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
Yeah.
maybe I'd get arrested for being into a scrap with the gays.
And there we go. Thank you for watching Live Logic.